Three teenagers need to prevent a monster house from continuing to devour people, but the problem is that no one believes them. So come with me to find out how they will solve this mystery. In the fall, a little girl rides her tricycle, singing along the sidewalk until it gets stuck in the grass in front of an old and spooky house. An old man opens the door and shouts at her to get off his lawn. He runs towards the girl, asking if she wants to be devoured. She replies no, screams, and runs away, but realizes she left her tricycle behind. Then Mr. Horace picks it up and then breaks it, making the girl cry. Meanwhile, the teenager DJ watches from his room. He takes notes on what he saw, and on his desk, there are several photos of the old man. DJ explains to his mother that Mr. Horace attacked again, but she says he can't spy all day with the telescope. When he tries to respond, his voice cracks, and his parents laugh, teasing him about puberty. As the parents leave, they accidentally hit Chowder, DJ's friend, with their car. They argue when saying goodbye, and his mother says they love their son, so they go on the trip. DJ yells, and Chowder tells him to calm down because Halloween is almost here, but DJ is not in the mood for trick-or-treating. They play with the basketball, but Chowder misses the basket, and the ball ends up in Mr. Horace's lawn. The boys go to the edge of the curb. Chowder becomes sad and asks DJ to get the ball back. At first he refuses, saying it's too late, but then he notices that the old man hasn't come out yet and might be sleeping, so he agrees to retrieve it. He runs to get the ball, and Mr. Horace appears and goes after him. Accidentally, the boy scrapes off some grass with his shoe, which infuriates the old man. Mr. Horace grabs DJ by the arms, lifts him, and scolds him, but suddenly faints in the middle of his lecture. The house realizes it and becomes sad, lighting up the chimney. The ambulance arrives, and the doctors prepare to take him away, at which point the lawn tries to hold onto him. The boys pick up a key that he dropped, and the grass catches one of the wheels of the stretcher, and the doctors take him away. Z, who is the babysitter, arrives by car and then sets the rules, but DJ asserts that he doesn't need them anymore, as he's almost an adult. Wanting to show that she's in control of the house, Z picks up a vase and breaks it, blaming him and saying that the parents would believe her over the boy. DJ goes up to his room while the babysitter listens to loud rock music. He takes a look around the house, then closes the window and the curtain, lies down on the bed, and dozes off, having a nightmare about a giant hand reaching out from the house to grab him. He wakes up startled by the phone ringing, answers it, and hears only a noise, hangs up and dials back, hearing a ringing sound that seems to come from the creepy house in front of him, he observes, and then Bones arrives and startles him with a mask. Z introduces him, saying that he has a band, and tells DJ that he should be in bed, but the boy makes her listen to the ringing sound from the house. The babysitter is not impressed as she thinks he just called the neighbors. So DJ explains that Mr. Horace called first, but he believes that the old man is dead. The young ones mock the boy, and Bones tears his teddy bear apart. DJ looks at the house and sees its curtain opening with a silhouette, so he calls Chowder and asks to meet him. He goes down the stairs slowly and overhears Z and Bones' conversation. Bones says that he indeed saw an ambulance, and that Mr. Horace may have died. Bones thinks it would be lucky for them, and shares a story from when he was 10 years old, mentioning a kite that fell into Mr. Horace's lawn. Bones retrieved it, spoke to the house, and kissed it, also mentioning the rumors that people know he had dinner with his own wife. Z tells Bones to leave, and DJ sneaks out through the back door. Bones drinks heavily and throws the bottle on Mr. Horace's lawn, then stomps on it, destroying the grass. Inside the house, the lost kite reappears, and the young man approaches it. As he picks up the kite, he gets pulled into the house. In a construction area, DJ meets with Chowder and tells him that Mr. Horace has returned from the grave to seek revenge on him. Chowder tells him he's crazy and should stay calm, and accidentally starts the excavator. DJ turns it off, and they go to the front of the old house to watch. Chowder decides to crawl on the lawn, finds a bottle that is later swallowed by the grass. The boy approaches the house, imitates Mr. Horace, and rings the doorbell. The house lights up, opens the door revealing a hole in the floor from the inside, and raises the wooden panels on the front door as if they were teeth. It also extends a rug outside as if it were the tongue, trying to capture Chowder, but he manages to escape in time from the creepy reaction of the house. In the morning, DJ's doorbell rings incessantly, and Z answers, thinking it's Bones, but it's actually a girl. She closes the door, but the doorbell keeps ringing. The babysitter opens it again, and the girl wants to sell candy for her school. Z shows no interest, so the girl says that without chocolate, the house will be a target for Halloween vandalism. The babysitter replies that the house isn't hers, and the girl suggests that the couple she works for may have left money for emergencies. So they make an agreement that she can sell the candies, and Z will keep a portion of the money. In the room, Chowder looks through the telescope, and DJ notes that there has been no movement in the neighbor's house yet. Z comes in with the chocolate and turns on the light, and DJ hurries to turn it off, asking her to check if the house might have woken up. The babysitter asks what's going on, and the boys claim that something strange is happening with the house, and they've been watching it all night without leaving the room. She finds it odd and asks if they know anything about Bones, as he left and hasn't returned. The boys associate the incident with the house and tell her that her boyfriend may have been eaten alive, but Z thinks he might be with another woman. The boys spot Jenny, the girl selling chocolates, heading towards Mr. Horace's house, so DJ and Chowder run to prevent her from getting there. She doesn't pay much attention, and the house shows its angry face, dragging the girl through the sidewalk, getting closer to its mouth. But the boys manage to grab her in time, and when Z appears, the house retracts back to normal. The babysitter was calling Chowder because his father was calling, and she asks DJ to explain what was going on, and he says that the house tried to eat them. Then, Z tries to go there, but DJ holds her back, telling her that he's going through puberty, so she gives up and goes to look for Bones. In his room, DJ introduces Chowder to Jenny, and he tries to appear cool, but the girl doesn't pay much attention. She takes a look at the house and asks for the phone to call her mother, noticing the urine in the bottles and saying it's gross. Chowder tries to blame DJ for it, but she denies it, saying it was Chowder. When Jenny goes out to talk on the phone, the two friends start arguing about who liked her first. Jenny returns, saying her mother didn't believe her, and she usually doesn't go for boys like them, but after everything that happened, she'll give them a chance. The three of them see a dog going to the lawn of the creepy house, and the dog pees on the grass, and then the house pulls it inside with its red rug. In front of the house, the friends argue that Halloween night would be tragic with so many kids going there. Chowder then says that only crazy people would risk going to Mr. Horace's house. The house throws out Chowder's ball, plays with it, and shows that it drew a face on it. The police arrive, and once again the house returns to normal. The teenagers tell the authorities that there's a dangerous creature in the house that may have killed a person and a dog. The rookie police officer tries to call for backup, but his partner stops him, saying they don't have reinforcements and that it's not a real situation. DJ goes to the lawn and stomps to try to convince the police, but nothing happens. Chowder throws a stone at it, and the angry officer tells them to come closer to the car, warning them that if they mess with the house again, all three of them will be arrested. After the incident, they go to a diner, and DJ shows them the 3-time regional champion in the game You're Really Dead, and says his name is Reginald, but they call him Skull because he's very smart. Jenny wants to go to him, but the boys say that he is currently focused, and it's not good to disturb him. They would have to wait because he's been playing for 4 days straight. Then Jenny manages to get the boys to approach Skull. DJ asks for help to defeat the possessed house, and even though Skull is still concentrated on the game, he says that in video game stores and comic conventions, he has seen many weird things. He heard that structures built by humans can be possessed by a human soul, and the spirit merges with the wood and bricks, creating a rare form of monster. DJ then deduces that the house is actually Mr. Horace and asks how to kill it. Skull says they must attack its heart. The boys realize that ever since Mr. Horace died, smoke has been coming out of the chimney, and they deduce that the furnace is the heart, and they will have to go inside to destroy it. Chowder draws on paper, and DJ thinks it's brilliant, coming up with the idea of making a doll and filling it with flu medicine to feed the house and make it fall asleep. So they enter, put out the fire, and leave the house. Chowder doesn't like the idea much, but Jenny agrees, so the boy also accepts. They set up the vacuum cleaner as if it were a doll, grab water guns, a radio for each one, and the key DJ found on the lawn. The three of them cross the street disguised with trash cans. Chowder places the doll on the lawn of the haunted house, and Jenny throws a stone at the doorbell. Then they plug in the vacuum cleaner, and it goes almost up to the entrance. But at that moment, the police arrive, and the officer tells them to get out of the trash cans and drop their weapons. The officer goes to the doll, tries the medicine, and they decide to take the teenagers to jail. However, the rookie officer hears a noise, and they both go to check it out. The teenagers shout from the car for them not to do it, but neither of them listens. Then the tree grabs the rookie officer, and the house with the rug devours the other officer, swallowing both of them. The tree also grabs the police car where the boys are, taking them inside the house, and there they are almost swallowed. But they manage to get out of the car, and the house closes the door with them inside, returning to its usual appearance. DJ realizes that the house doesn't know they are there, and suggests finding the heart and putting out the fire. Chowder sees some explosives, and DJ spots a pair of binoculars, realizing that Mr. Horace was watching him. They see photos of Mr. Horace with his wife, and DJ mentions that people say he fed her a lot and then ate her. They spot something they believe to be the heart, and shoot water at it, but the house spits out some water and scans the area with a light, looking for intruders. At that moment, Jenny deduces that it was actually the uvula. The house doesn't notice them and retracts again. Later, the friends fall into a hole in the ground, ending up in a basement full of toys. They find a cage, and DJ uses the key to open the padlock. They enter and come across Constance, Mr. Horace's wife, completely buried in cement with various gifts around her. DJ accidentally falls on the body, revealing the skeleton and waking up the house. The boys hide among the toys, but Chowder sees his ball bouncing and goes after it. Then the house catches Chowder with springs, then sucks Jenny through a pipe and tries to pull DJ up the stairs, but he ends up back at the top. The house tries to swallow both Chowder and DJ, but Jenny jumps onto its uvula, causing the house to vomit them out. DJ and Chowder argue about the failed plan, and as DJ is going back to his house, an ambulance hits him, and Mr. Horace emerges from it. Chowder thinks it's a ghost and throws a stone at him. Mr. Horace realizes it's Halloween and talks to the house. DJ mentions that he knows about Constance and asks if the old man didn't kill her. Mr. Horace then reveals that he loved Constance very much and recounts how he met her as an attraction in a circus where she was humiliated for being overweight. One day, he went to Constance and freed her from her cage, and they were building their house together. However, on Halloween, kids threw things at them. Mr. Horace asked her to remain calm, but when she went to confront the children, she tripped and fell into the construction pit with the cement falling on top of her. So he finished building the house because he thought she would like it, but on Halloween night, he had to take precautions because she attacks anyone who gets close. DJ asks Mr. Horace to let Constance go, and the house becomes enraged, coming to life and chasing after them. After running for a while, Mr. Horace becomes exhausted and can't run anymore. The teenagers leave him behind, but the house continues to chase them. Mr. Horace tries to calm the house down, saying he needs to fix things, but when he goes to light the dynamite, Constance grabs him. However, the boys arrive with the excavator and fight against the house, which throws Mr. Horace to the ground. DJ goes to him, and Mr. Horace asks the boy to grab the dynamite. Chowder continues trying to stop the house, while DJ lights the dynamite. But both DJ and Jenny fall into a hole, though they are fine. Then DJ asks Chowder to lead the house under the crane. Chowder slips and goes backward with the excavator, and the house collapses when it falls as well. They celebrate, but Constance reconstructs herself with an even more terrifying appearance. DJ climbs up the crane with Jenny, and the house continues to advance until it manages to bite the excavator. As a result, Chowder falls to the ground, and the house swallows the machine. DJ gets scared, but Jenny encourages him and kisses him, and they continue on. Chowder is caught by the house, but once again manages to free himself. DJ ends up hanging on the steel cable, so Jenny throws the dynamite, and the boy catches it. After aiming carefully, he throws the dynamite inside the chimney. He rescues Chowder, and they finally manage to explode the house after much effort. Fortunately, they are not hit by the explosion. Covered in ashes and dirt, they emerge, and they see Mr. Horace bidding farewell to his wife. He celebrates because he is now free and thanks the teenagers. Halloween night is no longer a problem, and they return the children's toys. Jenny says goodbye to both of them and leaves, and then they leave as well, claiming that they were playing pirates and got all dirty. After the ball gets stuck in the hoop, they decide to end the night by going trick-or-treating, even though they are too old for it, which makes Chowder very happy. Bones comes out of the hole and says it was creepy, but the important thing is that he has his kite. The police officers also leave, refusing to believe what happened, and now they're going to confiscate and eat candies. Z is with Skull. Bones was traded and accepted it well, the kite is more important, and finally, the dog puts out the fire in the pumpkin.